You hold, I'm gonna whoop your ass, bitch. Watch. Keep running your mouth. Watch.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to discuss what I believe to be was a very interesting matchup going into the Shakur Stevenson Edwin De Los Santos card featuring Troy Isley and Vladimir Hernandez. Now, we know Troy Isley, he's an Olympian guy, a fighter that, through 10 fights, has been given some tough assignments. Good veteran fighters like he fought the slick counterpuncher Vic Tony, he fought Quincy Lavalas, he fought Dante Stubbs, and a couple other guys. Not the easiest guys for his first 10 fights, and he's been pretty solid. Not impressive, but solid. Solid, steady fighter. But he was gonna get a litmus test in this fight against the ultimate gatekeeper, Vladimir Hernandez. I think when it comes to gatekeepers, there is none better than Vladimir Hernandez because he's been there with the best of them. He's been an upset machine, especially as of recently. He just took the O of Lorenzo Truck Simpson. He upset Julian Williams. He beat Alfredo Angulo. He's fought Jesus Ramos, Suleiman Sissoko. So there's a lot of substance with Vladimir Hernandez's resume. And when you fight Vladimir Hernandez, you're going to get a very tough fight, and this was no different because Troy Isley, by the way, he won the fight. It was a close fight. I personally actually thought Hernandez, I just edged it for Vladimir Hernandez, but I think Troy. I asked Troy. I wanted to see something a bit different from Troy Isley in this fight. And he was doing some things a bit differently that I'm not accustomed to seeing from him. Like, for example, Vladimir Hernandez is a southpaw, and he likes to press you. He likes to pressure. He likes to be in your chest. He likes to wear his fighters down. Wear him down and wear him out. That's kind of his MO. That's his philosophy towards boxing. He likes to get in the chest of his opponents. And that's what he did with Troy Isley on many occasions. But what I saw Troy Isley do, which I never seen him do, I saw him angle off a lot. I saw him use his feet in a lot more of an intelligent and educated manner to set up his right hand. I thought the setups for his right hand were real good as far as the way he would use his lead hand to maneuver the guard of Hernandez and then use the right hand to either drop it down on the body or come around the guard. He looked good in there. I thought Isley looked good. Now this fight really comes down to what you preferred. Did you prefer the educated, selective punching of a Troy Isley, or did you like the educated pressure of Vladimir Hernandez? Because from what I saw, right, I liked what Hernandez was doing because Hernandez would be on his front foot. He'd be pushing Troy Isley back. Isley would throw a lot of punches towards Hernandez, but Hernandez was defensively responsible. Sometimes he'd slip to the right, slip to the left. Sometimes he would just bend his knees and just duck down. There were a lot of times, too, where when Isley was on the ropes, Vladimir Hernandez would get Isley to square up, meaning that his legs weren't bent all the way they should have been. And he would throw that overhand left over the top, and it was catching Isley consistently. And a lot of times, that one punch would get Isley to kind of move, and it would get Vladimir Hernandez to fight the fight he wanted to fight, right? And I thought Vladimir also threw a good educated jab. Sometimes it would get through the guard of Isley. Sometimes Isley would keep that guard nice and tight. So it wasn't, I'm not going to call this fight a robbery. This fight could have went either way. This fight wasn't like Conceição versus Navarrete, which I thought was a clear robbery. This fight could have went either way. If you thought Troy lost, there's nothing wrong with that. Vladimir Hernandez did what he always does, which is fight people, give them hell, and do more than enough to win. And he just didn't get it this time because he's not the house guy. And we know how boxing goes. When you're fighting a guy who's signed to a big promoter, it's hard to get the decision when the politics aren't on your side. So we understand how the game goes and how it's played in professional boxing. But as far as Troy Isley, I think there's still some things he needs to work on. I mean, I understand that he's fighting a lot of veteran fighters who know how to operate at a good level in boxing early in his career, so he's not going to get the knockouts early on. But I think Troy is going to have to get to a point, and this is a challenge for any fighter, I feel, that comes from the USA amateur team or just has a long amateur career anywhere in general. He's going to need to fully transition his style to the professional game, and we saw some of that in action in this fight. We saw him throwing punches with more bad intentions. We just know Hernandez is very tough, but I think his problem is, you know, in the middleweight division, which is not a very good division, but once he cracks, you know, the top 15, has to fight starting guys in the rankings and things like that, his thing is going to be, I feel, can he punch hard enough to hurt these guys and discourage them? Because I remember when he fought Vic Tony, he didn't really have, like, his punching power wasn't really enough to discourage Vic Tony. Same thing goes with Vladimir Hernandez. You know, I haven't really seen too many Troy Isley fights when he's fought decent opponents where he hits them and he's able to really stop them in their tracks and get the respect. So I think he's going to have to keep working in the gym, keep working on, you know, setting up that right hand, work on more creative setups, work on keeping his opponents at bay more. And, you know, I think in due time, listen, I don't think because a lot of people say Troy Isley is like whatever. I think he's a little bit better than people give credit for. And I think the opposition he's fighting early on is difficult for a guy who just turned pro, trying to, at the same time, adapt his style to the pro game. So I think there's still room for growth with Troy Isley. You know, you know, although I do think Vladimir Hernandez outworked him and won, he didn't look bad in this fight, and there were some positives to take. So yeah, a good win for him, even though I didn't think he won. But it was a close fight. It could have went either way. And looking forward to seeing how Top Rank steps him up, because, you know, Troy Isley on Box Strike, he was like number 33, which means that more than likely he's gonna get some sort of fight soon that's gonna give him a chance to crack the top 15. So I'm thinking by this time next year, Troy Isley should be in the middleweight rankings, and we should be talking about him against, you know, some guys in the rankings. So what did you guys think? What did you guys think? Is there anybody out there that thought Troy won? If you thought Troy Isley won, kindly let me know why. If you thought Vladimir Hernandez won, kindly let me know why. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.